I'm a slightly ill Jamie Latour, and here are the top gaming news stories of the past week. Top story of the week, kind of a slow news week to be honest, but I suppose the rumor of a PS5 Pro is worth mentioning because most people don't even have the regular PS5 yet. According to an unnamed source, the existence of a PS5 Pro is all but confirmed, and it will apparently be designed to optimize ray tracing effects. Now, the PS5 has suffered from supply issues ever since the pandemic, so many people are still having issues getting their hands on one. I finally managed to buy one of Sony's giant Wi-Fi routers just recently. So it's so nice to hear that a newer, better, and undeniably more expensive version of it is on the way. And to be frank, I'll probably end up buying that one too, even though all it's likely going to do is make the water in Horizon Forbidden West look 3% more watery. In other Sony news, the ongoing crusade against the Microsoft-Activision merger rages on. Sony continues to oppose the deal, with its main sticking point being the potential exclusivity of Call of Duty to Microsoft-only platforms. To make their point, Sony has brought up the fact that most Bethesda properties, such as Starfield, have become Microsoft exclusives since that company was acquired. To further strengthen their argument, Sony pointed out how Microsoft was fined $731 million for tying Internet Explorer to the Windows OS. With all of these events in Microsoft's history, Sony believes that an enforceable and reliable agreement with Microsoft can't be reached. This also shows that Microsoft will spend money on just about anything because $731 million is way too much money for anyone to spend on Internet Explorer. At this point, it seems unlikely that Sony and Microsoft will ever come to an agreement on this situation, even though Microsoft has made deals for the shooter franchise with companies like Nvidia, Boosteroid, and even Nintendo, and boy, I can't wait to see a Call of Duty game attempt to run on a Switch. Sticking with Activision Blizzard, the Diablo IV beta recently began, and in typically disastrous Blizzard fashion, it hasn't gone so smoothly. There have been wait times of up to 2 hours, and even if players get into the game, there's always the looming threat of a server timeout. Now, I'm an old man who plays video games, so I'm a veteran of the online gaming scene, so I'm completely unsurprised by this. For like the past decade, developers have always either underestimated the amount of players that will hammer their online servers, or they launch their game knowing full well that it's going to be an absolute mess on day one. Now, this is just the beta, so we can always hope that when the game launches for real, these problems won't pop up again, but these is probably gonna be even worse when this game launches for real. Oh, also, if you thought Microsoft buying Activision Blizzard would mean that you would get to play Diablo IV on Game Pass, well, the joke's on you. You're gonna have to buy this one even if Big Phil owns it. The first season of the Last of Us TV show wrapped up recently, and it was really, really good. So good, in fact, that the director of the upcoming Ghosts of Tsushima movie seems to believe that it has lifted the video game adaptation curse. You might want to hold your horses there, pal, because there are a lot of video game adaptations coming out, and I can guarantee that most of them are going to be very, very bad. I'm particularly excited for the Borderlands movie. That's just gonna be awful. As for Season 2 of The Last of Us TV show, fans have many questions about where the show is going to go. Of course, all these questions and theories don't mean much right now, because according to the Ellie actress herself, shooting for Season 2 won't begin until the end of this year, which means that the show likely won't be ready to go until 2025, with late 2024 being the earliest time that we may get to watch it. So that sucks. But in the meantime, you could always load up the upcoming PC port of The Last of Us Part 1 to get your clicker fix, as long as you have 100 gigabytes of storage for it. That's right, 100 gigs for a remaster of a 10-year-old PS3 game. Where is all that memory going? Did they add ray tracing to the giraffe? And unfortunately, our last story is about the passing of the incredibly talented actor Lance Reddick at the age of 60. There's a very good chance that you know Reddick from many things, because he appeared in several TV shows like The Wire, Lost, Fringe, and most recently appeared in movies like the John Wick series. He's also acted in several video games, with some of his most notable appearances being in the Horizon franchise as the villainous Silence and as Vanguard Commander Zavala in Destiny 2. In fact, many Destiny players have been paying their respects to the late actor in-game by kneeling in front of Zavala, which is a nice tribute. He was an incredible actor with a tremendous voice, and he will be sorely missed and impossible to replace.
Eyes up, Guardians. Eyes up.
For more gaming news, check out thegamer.com. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.